Welcome to the City of Richmond Clean City Commission's How to Conduct a Litter Cleanup and Safety Briefing. Follow this guide to host a seamless cleanup event. Before we begin, a bit about the Clean City Commission. The Richmond CCC is comprised of City Council appointees and concerned volunteers who help clean and beautify Richmond. Some of the activities include neighborhood volunteer cleanups, graffiti abatement, and adopt a spot. The heart of the CCC is the loyal volunteers. You. The success of a community cleanup depends on how well it's planned. From picking a location, publicizing the event, assembling your team, gathering supplies, and eventually the cleanup takes time and effort. But we have provided you with advice to make sure your event is a success. Keep the cleanup to 2 to 3 hours for biggest impact. Check the city calendar and avoid big events and holidays. You can pick a small area. Even cleaning up a few blocks makes a difference. Choose an area that has safe access for volunteers. Determine where volunteers will park. Supplies such as pickers, vests, trash bags, and gloves can be provided by the CCC. You can contact Darlene or Katrina. Their emails are located on this page. Pickers and safety vests are only meant to be borrowed and should be returned within a week of completion of your event. This will allow other groups to host cleanups throughout Richmond. You can also rent supplies from Richmond Tool Bank, and their website is also located on this page. You can also consider getting grain bags from local breweries to use instead of using plastic trash bags. This gives the bags one more use before being thrown out, or you can reuse the bags if you have a receptacle to empty the contents into. Publicizing your event. Start publicizing at least 2 weeks prior for best results. Make sure to include the date, time, location, where to park, and where to meet. You will want to cater the outreach to the size of the cleanup, which could include your social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor. You could use the RVA Clean Sweep Meetup page, the CCC social media, your civic association, neighborhood association, your city councilor liaison could also publicize your event in your district. Important information to include in the invite. Inform participants that they should wear closed-toed shoes to protect their feet, wear long pants to protect from insects and scratches, and dress for the weather, cold, rain, heat. Make sure it's clear where participants should park and meet the group. Let participants know if the event is for all ages. Meetup only allows 18 plus to sign up. So make sure you let the group know that volunteers under 18 are welcome. Tell participants to bring their own water and snacks unless you plan to provide them. The Richmond Clean City Commission appreciates our volunteers and litter cleanup event organizers and are happy to accommodate your events. Since the CCC is a non-partisan City of Richmond City Council appointed commission, we ask that you request permission prior to using the Clean City Commission's name and/or logo on event marketing material. This will ensure that the events align with the CCC's mission and ensure that the hosting organization holds the required liability for the event. Please contact the Clean City Commission Coordinator, Darlene, at her email to request permission to use the CCC logo. You finally made it to the day of the event. Okay, so here's our checklist. You want to make sure you have a clipboard with sign-in sheets and pens, liability waivers, if applicable, litter pickers, trash bags or grain bags from local breweries, gloves, plastic or reusable, safety vest, a first aid kit, a hand scale, which is available to borrow from the CCC, sturdy plastic container or metal can for sharps, laundry detergent or bleach bottles, coffee cans. You don't necessarily need a red sharps container, but make sure that sharps cannot go into do not go into the regular trash bags. Okay. Um, Keep in mind that sharps are not only needles, but anything that can cut you, stick you, poke you. Okay. They all need to go into the sharps container. Optional items: a folding table, event signage, road safety signs. Again, they are available to borrow from the CCC. Buckets for broken glass if it won't fit into the sharps container. A wheelbarrow for bulk items. Pool nets for waterway cleanups, hand sanitizer, sunblock, and bug spray. Water and snacks. However, it is best to host waste-free events and ask participants to bring their own reusable water bottles and snacks if needed. If you do provide water, use a water thermos. It's also good to have items like markers, scissors, vegetation clippers, etc. Get there early and make your presence known. Have a sign or set out supplies so they are visible. Have everyone sign in, name and email address at the least. Have everyone sign a liability waiver, if applicable. Have a safety briefing. We'll go over that on the following slides. Provide the host phone number in case of an emergency. Tell everyone where to leave full bags of trash or bulk items and where to leave pickers and vests when done. Gather data. We'll provide more information on that in further slides. Take pictures, have fun, and be safe. The safety briefing. Very important. Before you start the cleanup, it is imperative to gather all volunteers and conduct a safety briefing. Speak loudly and clearly. The following slides include information you should include in your briefing. You will also need to add any additional directions based on your cleanup site conditions or event. In the event of an emergency, always call 911. Volunteer attire. Volunteers must wear safety vests to be visible to passing vehicle traffic, wear gloves, and use pickers to collect litter. Never pick up trash with bare hands. Wear closed-toed, sturdy shoes to protect feet. Sneakers and boots, yes. Sandals or Crocs, no. Wear long pants to prevent insect bites and scratches. Site conditions. Be aware of traffic. Tell all volunteers to always look before entering the street, stay off the road, and be extra alert. Trip hazards, especially if in a forest around tree roots or down branches. Slip hazards, if working in streams or waterways or during rain. Poison ivy, oak, sumac, or thorns. Be careful in tall grass or around trees. Insects and wildlife. Never reach your hand into a pile of brush or debris. If you do disturb a snake, bee, wasp nest, or other wildlife, walk away slowly, and safely. Feral cat colonies. Volunteers maintain these colonies. Leave items like shelters and food bowls. Unhoused encampments. Avoid throwing away personal effects. If you are unsure if it's trash or someone's belongings, ask the cleanup host. Be aware of your surroundings. Volunteers should always work in groups of at least 2. Litter dangers. Be aware of broken glass. If it will rip your trash bag and could cut you, use a bucket or other sturdier container for collecting. Rusted or sharp metal. Same warning as broken glass, but you should stay up to date on your tetanus booster. Heavy items. Get help to pick up any large bulk items. Hazardous waste. Never open a paint can or other hazardous waste container. Make a separate pile for hazardous waste. Firearms or ankle monitors. These items cannot be thrown away, and you must call Richmond Police Non-Emergency at 804-646-5100 to collect these items if found. If you do encounter syringes or sharps, we have more information on the next slide. If you find sharps, syringes, or needles, sharps need to go in a hard plastic container. They cannot go in your trash bag for the safety of all participants and DPW. Never pick up sharp syringes with your bare hands. According to the Virginia Department of Environmental Quality, homemade sharps containers can be medical grade or heavy duty plastic container, laundry detergent or bleach container. Labeled household sharps, do not recycle. Sealed with a tight fitting lid or heavy duty tape. And then it can be disposed in the regular trash. Okay, how to pick up syringes. Place sharps container on the ground, open. Use the litter picker to pick up the needle and place in the container. Close sharps container before moving on. Do not hold the sharps container in your hand while placing a needle in the container. Do not walk around with used syringes and litter pickers. Do not touch syringes with bare hands. Do not recap syringes before placing them in sharps container. Seek medical attention immediately if you are accidentally stuck by a needle.
Proper disposal of a sharp, aka syringe, with our excellent volunteer. Pick it up off the ground and put it into the container. Great job!
Yay! If you watch the video, you notice that the syringe was found and brought to the container that was placed on the ground. Okay, the sharp was picked up, put with the litter picker, put into the container. The container was closed before moving on, right? If you do all of that, you keep yourself safe, you keep others safe. Data collection. Please record the following from the cleanup: number of participants, hours spent collecting litter, weight of the litter collected using the hand scale that is provided by the Clean City Commission, number of tires and or bulk items collected. Use the Clean Swell app to enter the type of trash collected. Clean Swell is a free mobile app by the Ocean Conservancy for volunteers to use during cleanups to capture important data about pollution and to track their volunteer efforts. This data delivers a global snapshot of trash, providing researchers, policymakers, and you the insight needed to inform solutions. It is easiest to work in groups of 2 to 4, having one person record the data for the group when using this app. Report your results to the CCC. And photos. When giving the safety briefing, also ask if everyone is okay with their photo being taken and posted on social media. You may also want to separately ask parents of any children participating. Be sure to take a lot of pictures of your volunteers in action. Take a before and after photo of the area you cleaned up. Take a group shot at the end with all participants and what you collected. Tag the Clean City Commission in your post. You can tag the Facebook and the Instagram, and they're included on this slide. Now to wrap up, make sure all volunteers have returned to the meeting location. Thank all of your volunteers for a successful cleanup. Remind participants to wash their hands after the cleanup and before eating. Depending on the amount of trash collected, either dispose of it in an available trash can or leave it in a pile for bulk cleanup. If a bulk pickup is needed, be sure to select an area to leave the bags of trash, bulk items that a trash truck can access. Contact Darlene to coordinate the bulk pickup. Return all pickers and vests within a week following your cleanup to the CCC. Report your litter cleanup results to the CCC. And congrats on completing your cleanup. If you have any questions, you can always contact Darlene or Katrina. Their emails are located in this presentation, or you can reach out to your local, your district's local representative and ask questions. We'll all be willing to help you. Again, congrats on a successful event. I know it will be. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for helping us.